Here we are. So welcome, guys. Today is Monday, June 28th, which I cannot believe. I was talking to a friend last night, and the year is like halfway over, which is crazy to me how this year has gone. I don't know if you guys feel that too, but it's crazy. I was looking at the calendar and already thinking like when the kids are going to go back to school, if they're going to go back to school, and that whole rigmarole. But anyway, and this acronym, MBF. I had to like say that over and over and over in my head because I'm like, oh, what is it? MBF. Comes out for coach exclusives next week. And this launch totally snuck up on me. And I don't know if you guys are guilty of this too, but I was like, holy crap. I don't know, with everything, with the salted caramel launch and everything else, this just totally snuck up on me. And normally we would have had like Summit to plan and talk about it and the hype and get excited. But Summit didn't happen, obviously, this year. And we probably would have had a sneak peek at the Success Club trip in the spring. So that didn't happen. So anyway, who did the sample workout today? Hands up if you did it. Oh, you guys. After this call.
I was planning on it. And
I was already working.
After this call, I expect 4 study selfies from you guys after you do the workout. Shame on you. All right, so that's kind of how I'm going to
like tomorrow morning.
No, do it today. This is how I'm going to segue into the call. Because Erin and I got together a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about this program. And I was telling her, you know, I'm not really feeling that I need to do this launch. I'm not digging the program. I'm just not vibing with it. It snuck up on me. I don't know anything about this trainer. I'm not really excited about it. I started 80-day obsession. Erin and I are on the same day, like 20, whatever we're on, 20, whatever, 20 something. And I'm loving 80-day obsession. I'm loving my results, like loving my booty gains again, like feeling good. I don't want to mess that up by starting a new program. So that's kind of where my headspace was at a couple weeks ago. And then I'm like, you know what? Like, suck it up, buttercup. Because I remember when Erin and I had the same conversation when 80-day obsession launch came out. And she told me, I don't want to do this program. I'm scared of 80 days. I'm liking what I'm doing. I don't want to do timed intermittent, whatever, time nutrition. Like, I don't want to do it. And I told her, and I'm going to tell you guys the same thing. Your audience is watching you. They see other coaches or, you know, the advertisements on Beachbody that something new and exciting is coming out. And if you are their coach and you are the expert, they look to you as the person that they're going to get information from. If you're not doing it and you're not hyping it up, they're thinking like, oh, what's going on here? Like, do I need to get my information from another coach? Or do I need to go on the Beachbody blog? Like, who am I going to learn from to see if this is something I'm going to want to do if my coach isn't even talking about it? And then, like, you know, so then you have issues with other customers going to you, you know, and it just gets it's a really icky situation where you're like, well, you already have a coach, go back and talk to them, but their coach isn't running groups and they're not talking about it, and people want new. So even if it's not your thing, I remember doing Country Heat, hated every single freaking second of it. Size, hated it, loathed. It was not my jam. To Be Mindset. I thought there is nobody in my market that is going to want this To Be Mindset nutrition plan. You know what? 2 days before the launch, I'm like, you know what? I got to get on board and I got to talk about it and offer it to my customers. I had the biggest month in Success Club ever. Still, I was like almost 60 Success Club points. Everybody wanted it. All of my customers wanted it. And it was only until I introduced it to them that they were excited. They didn't know about it, but they were probably seeing other people talk about it and they wanted to do it. So just because it might not be your jam, it might be somebody else's jam that gets them into fitness and gets them in the door to get them moving and to hopefully get them results and help them transform their lives. And you don't know if this is the program that's going to make or break somebody's fitness. So for that reason, I will get off my soapbox in a minute, I promise. You have to do it. Okay, it's part of your job as a coach. Right, Erin? That's what I told you. It's your job as a coach to
Yes, I remember you telling me that.
Okay, so you talk about 80-day obsession after you decided, okay, I'll do it.
So 80-day obsession, gosh, and I feel like I was a coach for over a year because I signed up in August and then it wasn't until 2000, so I signed up in 2016, and it wasn't until January 2018 that 80 Day Obsession came out. So I was a coach for a year before, because they usually talk about the new programs several months beforehand. And I remember Marsha talking to me about it, and every time she spoke to me, I'd be like, yeah. But really in my head, I was like, not going to do it, not going to do it, because it scared me. I was somebody who was doing, like 21-day fix and other workouts that weren't as long. I worked out in the morning before work, and I thought, how the heck am I going to do a 1-hour workout before work? Like, I already wake up at 4:30 in the morning. And I closed off. And then Marsha gave me the tough love that she always does. And she's just like, you just have to do it. Like, this is your job. Like, this is a business. If you are in this to grow a business and to really, grow a business, make money, you're going to have to act that way. Just like at your regular job, there are things that you don't want to do, but you need to do them. And this is part of your job. And it just kind of flipped something in me. And I was like, you're right. All right, turn around, Erin, put your big girl pants on and start doing your research. I'm a big research person. And so I started getting on the team calls. I started doing my own research as far as like, this is big, and I suggest all of you guys to do this. Go to YouTube. Obviously the FAQ for Beach Body is huge, but I'm a video. So I would go on YouTube and I would just do, 80 Obsession, Autumn Calabrese, 80 Obsession, Beach Body. And there were a ton of videos where Autumn was doing team calls with a lot of other teams. Usually it's the same type of stuff, but I would watch like 2 or 3 of them where she's saying the same thing, but watching those got me pumped. Like, I started getting really excited because I like to challenge myself. I like those kinds of different competitions. And so I totally reworked my schedule. I ended up working out in my class after school. I'm a teacher. So school would end right away. When like my work day was done, I had my weight school. I would turn it on the big, huge smartboard projector, and I would do my workout. And I knew that when I'd be done in time to pick up my kids from daycare and be home. And I was super strict with my schedule. The times nutrition worked really well. That's the best results I had ever had in any program. But when I was promoting it then in December, the more I learned about it, the more I felt confident, the more I was able to share. I also hit the highest number. I think I had 20 points out for myself. I have an account, and I think I got him to 12. So what would that be then? A little over like 32 points for Success Club, which is huge for me. And I also signed, you guys, a ton of coaches because a lot of people wanted to jump in as a discount coach to get into that VIP group. And you guys, they don't know what the hell you're talking about. So if you say, it's a VIP group with that only a select few, make it that if that's what you want. You only get in this group if you sign up for the discount. Like, you don't have to be a working coach, but as long as you're signed with that, VIP discount is what I call it. They're signing up as a coach. Boom, you're hitting diamond. So you got to really think about it that way. That these big launch groups are always a huge momentum boost in my business.
Yep. So I want to kind of build off of what you said, Erin. So things to do right now. Follow this acronym is driving me crazy. MBF Facebook page. I was on there when I created our sneak peek launch group, our private party, whatever I called it. And there's not a ton of activity yet because it's still in the process of being launched. But you can go there and, take like transformation pictures from there. I'm going to later today post in our thread a whole bunch of transformation pictures from the coaches who did the test group with Megan. So you can do a screenshot of those. Just don't, I think it's a Google Doc. So please don't like edit it or make a copy. And then you can, so you don't make changes to that document because I didn't create it. I don't know who did, but it's been shared in the roundtable. So I can put that Google Doc in there, just make a copy so you have it. And then share transformations. Okay, so one thing I see new coaches doing especially, please do not post links on your page, on your, on your timeline, on Facebook, on your Instagram, on your stories even, because you want to make people come through you. You want to be talking to people first to make sure that this is a good fit for them. Rather than just like when you post a link to somebody, to me, it feels really icky and salesy. like on their page or whatever. I've seen like unique people do it and whatever. And it just gives me a yucky feeling, like it feels like you're just trying to sell somebody something like, I don't need to talk to you. Here's the link, go buy it, type of feeling. And I don't like that. I don't want to do that on our team. So the other thing that it does is it helps facilitate so you can have their contact information, you can get their email, and that way when the launch actually happens, then you have a master list of anyone who is interested, and then you can go and follow up with them and say, hey, did you try the sample workout? So make sure you get their name first, write it on a list. That's kind of like your master list of people who are interested, right? So you'll give them the sample workout, and then in your Excel document or whatever, you'll click the box. Yep, they got their sample workout. Follow up with them a couple days later. Hey, did you get a chance to do the workout? What'd you think? What are your thoughts? Yeah, I loved it, blah, blah, blah. And then, like in a couple weeks, you can follow up with them when the coach opportunity, like on the 7th, anybody who is a current coach or who enrolls as a coach can purchase on July 7th. So for those of you who are in business building mode, this can be an awesome way to leverage growing your teams. You don't need working coaches right now if you're Emerald rank, or if you're coach working towards Emerald, if you're Emerald working towards Diamond. All you need is discount coaches to advance to Diamond. So use that. If people want to get it right away, they can sign up July 7th. If they don't want to do the customer or the coach enrollment, then they can wait till the end of the month in July to do the customer enrollment. But all during this time, from now until the customer launch at the end of the month, you're going to be sprinkling in breadcrumbing information about the program in your stories, on your feed. And don't use stock photos either. I see a lot of people doing that. And once in a while, it's okay. Like if there's a big like summer sale or something, I might do that. But people really will stop their scroll when they see you. And I'm seeing a lot of the same pictures, like the cover photo that I used in my in the sneak peek group, and people are putting them in their page. And I think like that's just like people are just going to scroll right past that. There's nothing to stop their attention because it looks kind of like a salesy type of post. People know you're selling something. Also, why you don't want to do the links in your post is Facebook can recognize a link. So when you do something like that, put a link in your narrative and make a post, Facebook knows that you're trying to sell something because it's a link. So those posts won't go in people's feeds. So if you notice, if you're doing that, it's like, geez, I only got like 1 like, or there's, no engagement, maybe no likes on this post. It's probably because Facebook is putting it in people's feed. No one's seeing it. So what you can do as a workaround, like let's say you want to put the link to the sneak peek group in a post. So do that in a comment. Say, the link for the group is below in the comments. And then you can put the link to the group. And then I have that set up where people have to say who the coach invited them into that group. So that's the way for me. I only accept people. I made Erin, you're an admin today, and Leah's an admin. So I only accept people in who are Fit4mation coaches in my downline. So I don't want like other coaches from other teams coming in there, putting their customers in there, because this just makes it complicated and confusing for everybody. So it's only for Fit4mation coaches. And then those customers know that if they want to purchase it or when the time comes, then they reach out to their coach who put them in there. What am I leaving out, Erin? What else not to do or what to do? Pictures of you. Use good, like fun filters. Make your pictures pop. Talk about what you liked about the workout. Don't just like take a picture like, oh, did a new workout today. Talk about what you liked about it. If it challenged you, if it was different than what you've done before, so that way when people are reading, hopefully they'll stop their scroll and read your post. It gets them interested and curious. And I also try not to name drop too much too. Like new programs are a little different because people are probably seeing everyone else talk about MBF and they see it on Facebook advertisements and radio station TV. So they probably know that they want to know what you're doing. So I think, I don't know, my personal opinion is it's okay to say what it is right now because people want to know what it is. But to get it, they can do the free workout through you. Use the Vimeo link, guys, because the one that I posted first, the BOD one, will take people to a landing page and then they need to create an account. And then that customer goes into the lead wheel. So don't do that. Use the Vimeo link that is in the sneak peek group, okay? That's very important. Because I want them, that whoever you're giving the link to and connecting with, as a customer, I want to make sure that they go through you and then they're your customer when they decide to enroll, or even if they don't. If they want a free account, then I want them to make sure that you're getting credit for the work that you're doing. All right, Erin, am I leaving anything out, or is there anything you want to add? Do you guys have any questions?
I'm trying to find something. I'm trying to find that picture, like talking about pictures, you guys, pictures are so important. And sometimes like you can go from, see, I'm trying to find one right now and I can't think of it, but like I used a picture from when Marcia was at my house when we were working out. It's from a video. Like I always take videos of my workouts and then I put them in fast forward and put them in my stories. And the workout that we did together, I knew specifically what kind of post I'm going to make with kind of comparisons and whatever, things like with I don't know, like with Marcia. And so what I did was I went real slow through one of those videos, a snapshot of that perfectly showcased what it was I wanted to say in my post. So you guys, it was a snapshot from just a regular video that I was doing a recording from our workout. But then gosh, I'm trying to find it. But then I played around with it. Like there are so many apps out there for making your photos nice. Sometimes you guys, I play around sometimes with Instagram. So when I go to add a new photo on Instagram, the very first that happens to attach to them is the layer in what it's called, edit, and edit. They're kind of a brighter picture, almost like blues and greens, kind of as well as the way that it ends up looking. Yeah. So I'll look right now. So when I click the ad and I've got my photo
for you guys too. Erin,
am I better?
No. What you said about Instagram, that part was, you're totally froze and your voice is like in and out. So you gotta, now you're froze like this. Oh, no. Repeat what you said about the Instagram.
Is it better? No?
No, your head is still totally frozen down. Okay, now you may be better.
Is it better? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. If it keeps getting bad, I might have to take off my video. But when I click add and I find my picture, and then you go to filter it or whatever, you click it, you click next. I often use that second one. It's next to normal. It's called Clarendon. I do that one. And then I go to edit and I usually play around with the brightness, the contrast, the warmth, highlights, shadows, and then I sometimes do a little bit of sharpening at the end. Like you just play around a little bit to see what can kind of come out and what doesn't come out of the pictures. And that ends up bringing your pictures from, I will show you, see if you guys can see this. This is a recent one. Okay, so here's, are you guys, am I still on? You guys can see me still? Am I good? Okay. All right, so my son, I took a picture of my son yesterday. Sorry, I got a runny nose. All right, so here's the picture of Lewis with a little dragonfly on his nose, okay? And then I played around with it in Instagram. So from here, oops, that's me, that one to that one. There.
I think everyone should just go look on your page, Erin, because your Instagram is awesome. Everyone go check out Prazak on your
Prazak. Yeah, so you can kind of see what the pictures look like. But you guys, that was just a simple, regular picture that I took of Lewis when a dragonfly landed on his nose. And you can make a regular picture go from blah to like really, really good just by playing around with that lighting. And either just in Instagram, another really good one is Snapseed. That's one that Marcia had told me about. And then Marcia, I downloaded Airbrush after you were here. I'm still trying to figure out how to work with that as far as a setting that I really like. But guys, you don't have to use what everybody else is using, but you should find something. I rarely ever make a picture or post a picture that I just took normally. Rarely. Oh, and by the way, in your phone, depending on the phone that you have, in your camera, you know how you have the portrait option? If you guys click on the portrait option, and then if you slide, see that those dots? If you slide it, that first one, this first option there, okay, I'm not gonna do it. Anyway.
Love you. Waiting
right
for
here.
you.
There you go.
It's so I can watch other stuff.
Right here, that first option also really it's called Studio Light. It does a really good job on changing things up as well, kind of softening things and changing the light a little. So see what your phone has, YouTube it. Again, I'm a big researcher. Go to YouTube and find out picture editing apps, free picture editing apps on how to edit pictures or whatever. So yeah, so like what Marcia said, don't use stock photos, just use your own. I think I did a picture of, there was a picture I took this morning of my kids and I drinking a shake, and that is what I did for, just on my story. That's just us, you can see it, but anyway, but we're all toasting to our shakes. They had daily, and I had, my regular shake, but I still, and it was just, and I could very easily use that for an actual picture in a post where I talk about nutrition. I may not talk about Shakeology because I try not to use the word Shakeology or Beachbody much, but instead, and I try not to even talk about the salesy stuff like, oh, this is so easy to replace a meal and blah, blah, blah. Instead, tell an actual story about, when Shakeology was amazing. Like this morning, my kids eating frickin' granola bars for breakfast with me not knowing, and I was like, no, and my daughter going to go to swimming, and I was like, Olivia, you have to have something healthier. Well, can I just have a shake? And I was like, oh yeah and then they all wanted a shake. But like telling a story about that, and parents for Daily Sunshine, that'd be great. Or if you are somebody who's super busy and you tell a story about it. Anyway, I digress. But good pictures that stops that person's scroll, and then they're going to read your story. So same thing with MBF. Just take a picture, do your workout, something kind of cool, play with the colors, and yeah.
And then I listed in the chat bar, if you guys can see my favorite ones, like Erin mentioned, I do like Airbrush, I like Snapseed, and I like Lightroom. And with Lightroom, you can purchase different filters and then input them and just look it up on YouTube, or there's tutorials on how to do it. It took me a little bit because I am so not techie, if any of you guys know me. So it took me a little bit to figure out how to install a filter that I liked on Lightroom. But now, like, I'm trying to make my page look more congruent. So I like to use the same filter for all of my photos, especially on Instagram. Like, your pictures in your stories should be more, what's the word? Not posed, like more candid. But on your Instagram, they should be like magazine worthy. So like really take some time. I follow some bloggers, like I'm so not fashion savvy. So I do follow some like fashion pages because I like to look at how people pose, because I am like the most awkward like poser. I'm like, I don't know, like what do I do with my arms? What do I do with my legs? I don't know. So I look at those other pages, nothing Beachbody, just like on fashion and bloggers, because they always look like super good, just to get ideas and inspiration on how to pose for my own pages, right? And then you can recreate that into your own, make it your own. But putting everything through the same filter makes your page look super sexy, super congruent. It looks more professional, even though you're not, I don't consider myself professional really. I don't want my page to look super polished where people would be like, ooh, like intimidated by me that they couldn't do what I do. So I do like to be like, I show pictures of my chickens and my farm and my dog and, the things that are important to me that make me, because I want to attract other people like me. And, some of the coaches have a very different take. Like they are posting a lot of, I don't know, like just stuff that I wouldn't post about, and that's okay because that's them, but I'm me and I want to post more stuff that is like unique to me, and you want to do the same for you. So think about what makes you you to draw other people like you to you. Does that make sense? But try to make your pictures look good so that they stop people scroll and that they look attractive. So, all right, so getting back to the launch. All right, so I want to give you guys some action steps. So before we close and before we run out of time, and Erin, please jump in if you have anything to add or if I'm missing anything. So right now you should be, after this call, do the sample workout because it released today and everybody's talking about it and everybody's posting their pictures and sharing how much they loved it. So you got to get on the train, do the freaking workout. It's 30 minutes, no excuses. And it's fun. I loved it. I'm so excited. And 2 weeks ago, I was not.
Actually going to ask you. You did like it, Marcia?
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
I am sold.
Okay.
And it was not like a full, so it's lifting Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and then cardio days, Tuesday, Thursdays. So it's kind of like shift shop in that way where you're alternating weight training days from cardio days. And then Saturdays is kind of like the work or like Insanity Max 30, where I think it's going to be 1 minute intervals, high rep. So like 15 reps, you have 40 seconds to get them done. And then you have a 20-second rest. And then you do it again and again, like 5 times. And today we were doing the squat press 5 times. And I was like freaking dying, 15 reps, 5 times. But I think that's how the whole workout's going to be on Saturdays, which is, it's going to challenge us, I know for sure. But, and then Sunday is an active rest day where it's going to be stretching and mobility. So she did a little bit of that at the very end. The ab workout, I think, is going to be separate. So there's going to be a separate 10-minute ab workout that you can add on to probably the weight training days, I'm guessing. But they're short. They're like 25 to 30 minutes long, which is perfect for people who are busy and don't want to work out for an hour. But I liked how it's compound moves. She uses asymmetrical moves. So one weight, you know, you're doing like maybe a, what's that move called? A bent over row, you know, with one weight, and then you do the other side and do lunges with the bent over row. Cardio, it was jumping jacks, and I used weighted gloves. So like I talked about in my stories, how I don't have the weighted jump rope, you know, obviously because it's not for sale yet, but I used weighted gloves, and for me, like that worked perfect. And I don't know if I'm going to buy the weighted rope or not, to be honest. We'll see what happens. But if you have weighted gloves, you can use them in that workout, and it gives you just that little bit extra resistance when you're doing the, you know, the fake jump ropes. But yeah, I liked it a lot. If you guys saw my story, I was freaking a sweaty, drippy mess, like drinking my sweat. Milo was licking my armpit, like licking me all over. I'm like, dog, like he likes my sweat. It's freaking annoying. You would not like leave me alone.
I saw that. But you know,
So,
I noticed, I think that you put it in the Biz Builders message thread too, that the packages, the challenge packs and the completion packs, that they come with the rope, the portion control containers, and a membership to UPF and 2B Mindset.
yes,
That's
which is
awesome.
huge.
Like,
I was going to run a 2B Mindset group. I'm totally changing my mind about that now that I know that. So I'm just going to get those people who want to be mindset and like, you get it free with this new workout. We're going to do this instead, because I didn't realize that until this week. I'm like, oh crap, here I am. Like, I feel bad selling people the to be mindset. And then they find out 2 weeks later, like, shit, I could have got it for free with the new workout. So I don't want to be that coach and be like, I'm not, you know, I'd feel terrible. So I'm going to wait and just keep my list and say, you know, why don't we wait until you want to purchase? I mean, they can get it now as a coach next week or wait until a customer. But yeah, that's awesome. Both nutrition plans.
Marcia, when are you planning on running your are you planning on running an MBF exclusive challenge group?
Yeah. I think I'm going to wait until August 1st, because then I catch both. Like the people that enroll as coaches, I'll probably just put them into my July challenge group. That's going to start July 1st. Because that's already this week. So I don't want to leave my current customers hanging without a group. So I'm going to do a July challenge, and it's just going to be every program, mixed program. And then as people purchase, if they want a place to plug into, I'll put them into that group. But then we start an official MBF group in August. And I don't know, we can talk about this and do a poll maybe in our team page, but it'd be really fun to do just a coach only challenge too, like just for the coach support. So we've done that before with other launches. Sometimes it's like, oh, it's more groups to check into. So I don't know how anyone would feel about that. But also sometimes it's nice to have the support just for yourself and like hold yourself accountable to your colleagues. If you want to have just a coach only, and then you run your own separate challenge group for your customers. So think about that.
And you know what? And I do think that's a good idea because it's only a 3-week program. So I think that we should challenge each other as coaches to do this program, follow it 100%. It's only 3 weeks, 100%, both the fitness and the nutrition. Like you can do 3 weeks and that will give you not only the transformation, I would assume, but also then, that'll get you used to that feeling of like the necessity of getting a brand new program, doing it to a T, and helping to support your people as well, practicing what you preach as a coach. And I think that might be a good idea, Marcia.
Well, not only that, but how fun would it be to do a challenge just with our team, all the coaches? How many transformations would we have in 3 weeks that we could use on our social media and to use the transformations to build your business? I think it would be huge. So I would like to do that. One thing I don't know for sure, and Erin, do you know if when we purchase on July 7th as a coach, is the whole program unlocked or do we have to wait?
I don't know if the whole program's unlocked, but I do know that we'll have all access to it by the 27th. So I don't know if they're planning on doing it weekly or
yeah. I know I need to find that out, because if that's the case, then I would like to run our coach group starting right away July 7th if everything is unlocked. That way we could finish the first 3 weeks before the customer launch happens.
That's a good idea. And I would invite, is it just like are you thinking just a working coach group or all coaches, like discount included?
I think discount coaches would be fine too, because they might decide to coach and work the business, and if we can help them get a freaking killer transformation, that might be, what they would need to be confident enough to actually work the business and coach. So I think coaches and discount coaches. And if you have discount coaches who want to buy right on July 7th, brand new to first time purchasers, I think helping them feel included and part of the team would be awesome. So I think any discount coach, whatever.
And it would help them get a taste of our team, just the community, what it feels like to be a part of a coach group, not just, but with other coaches and kind of that energy. I think that'd be good.
Okay. So first line then, get your workout done. Talk about what you loved about it. For your accountability, post your sweaty selfies in the Business Builder page. And then I will find out if the program isn't launched right away to us when we purchase on the 7th. Get your customer base, build your interest list. I put a post on my timeline tonight. You guys can feel free to copy and paste it, just asking if people who wants the sample workout. And then one thing that's really important is to make sure that the people who express interest don't already have a coach. That's kind of a gray area. If they don't know who their coach is, let's say they signed up a long time ago or they purchased something a long time ago, P90X, never associated with a coach, they still have a coach account or a customer account, but they don't know who their coach is, then you can switch them over to you. But if they have a coach who's working the business that they have a relationship with, you have to refer them back to that coach. It's the right thing to do. I wouldn't ever take anyone else's customer. So we want to do the same thing. Unless for some reason, maybe their coach isn't working the business, if they had a falling out and they're looking for another coach. But don't ever convince someone you have to switch to me to get the link, and be sneaky about it that way. There's no shortage of people to help. Maybe ask them for a referral. If they already have a coach, do you know somebody who might want to do this free workout too? And you can get a referral from that person instead who might not have a coach. But build your customer list, document it, keep an Excel spreadsheet so that you have it to follow back. Get them into that sneak peek group and just start talking about it. Google it. YouTube it, learn anything that you can about it so that you are the expert when people are asking you questions about it, and hype it up, because if you're not talking about it, your followers won't get excited about it. And you want them to, hopefully this will be the thing that helps make that switch in their life and they are able to, get active and healthy for lifestyle and get their strongest body ever, like Megan says. So anyway, I'm excited about it. I can't wait to hear you guys' feedback. Anything else you have to add, Erin?
I was just going to say, especially with it being just a 3-week group, I think, or 3-week program, I think a lot of people like that.
Mm-hmm.
You might bring in a lot of people that are looking to start slow.
Yep. And it's good for anyone from the first 3 weeks is beginner to intermediate. And then the advanced is like intermediate to advanced. So the goal is after the first 3 weeks that you're strong enough and able to do the advanced after that. So, and as far as weightlifting, you know, like if you're a beginner, you're probably not going to use as heavy weights. If you're more intermediate to advanced, you're just going to challenge yourself and lift heavy. So that's how you make it harder for yourself and do the jumps and lift heavy, challenge yourself. But okay, we're going to run out of time. Thank you guys for jumping on. I'm going to post the recording here and let's rock out your Monday. Can't wait to hear you guys' feedback on how you loved it. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye, guys.